Today I want to show you 4 accent exercises that are designed to work on your wrist motion and to kind of just get used to playing accents and get used to relaxing into accented patterns. So these are not meant to be difficult. If anything, they're meant to be simplified so that we're really just focusing on our physical technique and not anything more than that, or keeping track of a musical phrase. However, they are decent musical phrases, and that's why I picked them. So, all right, basically, we're gonna do like 16th notes single stroke. And like I said, we really want this to be about just using the wrist. Like I would say, you know, even if the way you normally play is that you kind of guide your wrist with your fingers, I feel like a lot of us kind of do that, where even if we're going for more of a wrist stroke, you know, this kind of reinforces that movement. So I think, you know, at least I certainly use my fingers a little bit within my wrist stroke. So for now, let's try to not do that and really focus on the wrist. So we won't do this ultra fast either. That's, you know, it would be harder that way. So, okay, so the first pattern, we're gonna just put accents. It's gonna be like some are spaced out by 3 beats, some are by 4 beats, but I'm just gonna play you the pattern, and then we'll loop it for a long time, and then we'll talk about the next pattern. So here's the first one. 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 E and a 4 E and a. All right, so let's speed that up just a little and really kind of loop it long enough to relax into it and to really put all of our focus on the physicality of our wrist stroke. So, like if this is the quarter note, 1, 2, 3. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, so now for the next one, I just love accent displacements. I just love the musicality inherent in them. So that's what I'm doing for the next one. It's basically the same amount of space between the notes. So, you know, if you noticed in terms of how many beats were separating the accents, you'd be thinking, you know, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. So for this next one, I kept the pattern the same and just moved everything over by 1/16 note. So this one's going to be 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 E and a 4 E and a 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 E and a 4 E and a. So let's try that one. Same tempo-ish. 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, awesome. So, the next one is focusing on the difference between downbeats and upbeats and just the physicality inherent in switching from one to the other. So, I consider this to be something that it's like when you reach some higher threshold of musicality or just rhythmic comfort or pocket or whatever, that's when this becomes something that is sustainable. Um, so, okay, so basically, I split the measure into two. For the first half, we're accenting all the downbeats. So, with 16th notes, the downbeats are the number and the and then the upbeats are the E and the So, meaning your dominant hand plays the downbeats and your other hand plays the upbeats. So it's going to be accenting one and two and then of four. So one E and a two E and a three E and a four E and a one. So that's going to be the pattern, and then as you can predict, we're going to flip it around for the next one. So, okay, here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. Awesome. Okay. Now, what are we going to do? We're going to push them all over, right? So it's going to be the same amount of accents, but now it goes over the bar line. So, 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 E and a 4 E and a 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 E and a 4 E and a 1. So you might be asking, why didn't I do the E instead of the and? But part of it is because we are keeping the dominant hand thing together. We are keeping the sticking rules or whatever you want to call them together. So rather than make it the thing where we did the downbeats and the upbeats and then we did upbeats and downbeats, I could have done that, but I chose not to. So maybe next time. All right. So, but again, this is going to be 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 E and a 4 E and a 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 E and a 4 E and a 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 E and a 4 E and a 1 E and a 2 E and a 3. Oh, well, I didn't finish the pattern, but you know what I'm saying. So, all right, here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. Awesome. Okay. So, one thing I want to say too is don't really pay attention too much to my technique. Number one, I need to work on it. Number two, you know, part of the way I'm filming this is that I kind of need to play on the louder side on a pad, obviously, to really get the point across. So I wasn't using my lower dynamic as much. If I was playing on a snare, I would have really tapped out those non-accented beats because I think that's a big part of it is just when you're not accenting, you're barely doing anything. Um, Rob Brown, whose YouTube channel I very much recommend, calls it tips for taps. Just the tip of the stick for the lowest possible um, volume and the lowest possible like physical exertion. So really just like accenting with a full wrist stroke. And again, I'm kind of trying to now give you a better example of like with the American grip, I kind of creep in sometimes, but really, if you're isolating the wrist, this more of an actual wrist stroke, kind of from the side, German grip style, um, and then little taps in between. And you'll find that it's kind of hard with the wrist stroke because a lot of times when you go into that lower dynamic, you use your fingers. But with the wrist stroke, I think most of us are not used to using the wrist stroke to play at a low volume. So, but I could be wrong. So, all right, I hope this was useful, and I'll see you soon.